It's time now once again for Ask Your Meteorologist.
That's right, we've made our way over to the Weather Center. We're hanging out with meteorologist Adam Sherwinski. What's going on, Adam?
Yeah, so I was planning on talking about with weather history like I normally do when I do Ask Your Meteorologist, but also talking about some of the fog we've had.
What is up with the fog?
Yeah, what is up with the fog, right? And we've had some multiple rounds of it this week and a couple weeks ago, and everyone's sick of it. I'm sick of it too. But let's get into some history first before we start doing that. This past week, hey, we have the birthday of John Jeffries there in 1745. Also coincides with National Weather Person's Day too as well. So that's when they celebrate his birthday. We also celebrate all the weather enthusiasts as well.
Time out, Adam. Who is John Jeffries?
Oh, he was a physician, and he also began taking weather observations in 1774. So he's one of the first, kind of American meteorologists here as well. We didn't really have a meteorologist kind of term just yet, but people were taking observations, and he's one of the first Americans to do so in Boston.
How did they distribute those observations?
You know, they probably kept them in their own little logbook.
Okay.
And, just, all right, this is for Tuesday. This is
so he was ahead of his time, not really for public consumption.
Yeah, because public didn't really have those numbers just yet, and they even had it back in the Middle Ages where monks would take down observations too as well, but not for public consumption, just for records and stuff as well. Also, a big one from the 5th to the 6th in 2008, everyone was out voting for the election that day, or the preliminaries for the election. And we had the super outbreak. 87 tornadoes there in the Ohio River Valley, in the southeast as well.
Did you say 87?
87 total tornadoes that time period.
Wow.
57 fatalities and over $1 billion worth of damage in 2008 money. So even higher now in today's money too. But that was one of those where people were out voting and they had severe weather and tornado warnings going on as well. So it was a really hectic day all around the board.
Wow.
Yeah, chaotic all around.
That's the Super Bowl for meteorologists.
That's one of our events we really like to, get into, and that's one that's in the history books. So we've done a lot of those here already in WCIA, and the good news is, though, we don't have that in our forecast now.
Awesome.
We've been contending with our own kind of issue is fog here in Central Illinois. Well,
that's our first question.
Yeah, when it comes to that, why has it been so foggy lately? Well, part of the reason why is we have a lot of moisture left over from when we had the snow melting, and then we had warmer air coming over, had some advection fog. Though on Monday, we had some fog as well. This was an interesting kind of thing that happened. What happened was we had an area of modified cold air, and when I say modified, it went over Lake Michigan, gained some moisture on the way, moved into Central Illinois, and we had these low-level clouds that kind of moved in after a sunny start to the day and brought in not only the fog, but even freezing fog. Temperatures were below freezing. Now, what exactly is freezing fog? Well, it's when we have fog that rolls in. The water droplets are cold. They're below freezing in an environment that's below freezing. And then we get rime sometimes with it. As rime frost is what we call it. That's what we had there on Monday. This is from meteorologist Jacob Dickey there at Dodds Park. And you can see the geese not minding it at all. But what it is that fog was super cold. The grass was super cold. A lot of surfaces were super cold. Below 32, reaching that mark, causing some of that glazy frost to kind of form.
Kind of looks more like snow.
Yeah, almost like snow here. And it's kind of cool to see because you can see that in the trees on Tuesday as well. We had another round of more fog coming in. So the good news is, though, I think, hopefully, knock on wood, we're taking a pause on the fog for right now.
I have a dumb question for you.
There's no dumb questions.
Well, wait until you hear my question before you make that judgment.
No, I'm curious. I'm curious.
What is the difference between fog or just a low-hanging cloud?
Kind of both. It's kind of the same thing.
Is it the same thing?
It's not the same thing. Fog is really just clouds that form at the surface, more or less. It's that they don't really go higher up in the atmosphere. It's kind of that trap moisture, too. So it's the same kind of basic principles that we would find for a cloud, but at the surface. So,
awesome.
Yeah,
I learned something else today.
There you go. Well,
thanks, Adam.
All right. If you have a question for any of our meteorologists for our next Ask Your Meteorologist segment, you can email Adam. You can connect with any of our meteorologists on socials, and we look forward to our visit next week. Thanks, Adam.